The bubbles in my champagne had gone flat by the time she said it. "My New Year's gift to myself," she announced, voice rehearsed, steady, "is a separation." Silence followed, the kind that presses against your ears. Her family turned to look at me, faces tight, expectant, as if I might perform something for them. Shock, anger, grief. I didn't. I raised the glass, drank what was left, acid and warmth sliding down my throat. "Congratulations," I said. Her eyes flickered. Not relief, not guilt, calculation. I stepped away from the table while the room exhaled. The music kept playing, oblivious. I walked into the hallway, pulled my phone out, and made one quiet call. No drama, no explanations, just 4 words. "It's time." Proceed. I returned to the party unchanged on the surface, smiled when required, nodded at condolences I didn't accept. She avoided my eyes now. That told me everything I needed to know. Later that night, as coats were gathered and goodbyes rehearsed, she reached into her pocket. Her fingers froze, her face drained of color. Whatever she'd expected to find there, control, reassurance, leverage, was gone. And in that moment, before she even looked at me, she knew something had changed. I replayed her announcement in my head like a corrupted recording. My gift to myself, not to us, not for the future, to herself. The phrasing mattered, it always does. There had been signs, small ones, a phone turned face down, late work dinners, a new carefulness with her words like she was managing inventory, what she said to me versus what she saved for someone else. I told myself it was stress. Weddings do that. Futures compress people. But when she stopped touching me, really touching me, I felt the shift. Intimacy replaced with politeness, kisses that landed like signatures, not promises. Denial is a quiet thing. It doesn't scream, it negotiates. That night, while she slept with her back to me, I listened to her breathing and wondered who else knew that rhythm, who else had learned the timing of her sighs. I didn't accuse, I didn't ask. Questions give people room to lie. Instead, I watched, and the more I watched, the clearer it became. I wasn't being left, I was being replaced. I moved carefully, deleted nothing, confronted no one. I accessed phone records under the pretense of consolidating accounts. Patterns emerged, numbers repeated, durations growing longer, a name saved under a colleague's alias. I followed without being seen. Once, just once. Enough. The way she laughed with him was different, unedited, unafraid. At home I was calm, helpful, distant in a way that felt mature, even kind. She relaxed. People always do when they think they've won. I forwarded screenshots, dates, locations, conversations, not to her, to her parents, to her employer, to the man's wife. I scheduled everything to send at midnight on New Year's Eve. Timing is everything. Ruin lands harder when it arrives dressed as celebration. All the while I stayed silent, let her believe the separation was clean, controlled, on her terms. The storm inside me didn't rage, it sharpened. The messages delivered exactly on time. At 12:03 a.m., her phone started vibrating. At 12:04, her mother called. At 12:06, she checked her coat pocket again, panic replacing confusion. She found the engagement ring there, along with a folded printout, phone logs, photos, hotel receipts. Proof doesn't argue, it waits. She came to me then, eyes wet, voice breaking. "I can explain." I looked at her the way you look at something already finished. "No," I said quietly, "you can't." Her knees buckled. She reached for me, missed. For the first time she understood. This wasn't an ending she controlled. I told her the separation papers were already filed, that the wedding deposits had been refunded to my account, that her parents knew, everyone did. I hadn't raised my voice, didn't need to. Every word landed clean, precise. I never wanted revenge, I said. I wanted the truth to stand on its own. She sobbed then. The sound was raw, desperate. It didn't move me, because grief doesn't scare me, deception does. I walked past her, picked up my coat, paused at the door. "You mistook my silence for weakness," I said. "That was your only mistake." I didn't feel triumphant driving away. I felt light, like something corrosive had finally been cut out. I thought about who I had been before, how much space I'd given her to lie inside my life, how quietly I'd absorbed the erosion. Never again. Betrayal doesn't just end relationships, it clarifies them. Some people reveal who they are when they think no one is watching. Others reveal who they are by how they leave. I left without shouting, without begging, without looking back. And that, I realized, was the only victory that mattered. Because the man who walked away that night was not the man she thought she could discard. He was someone she would never reach again.